Stopped right around the 13.
Yeah, baby! Yeah!
He was taken down by Reuben Foster. 1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the Raiders' 13-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Bravo! 56 to Mike. 56 to Mike.
From the gun, Stevens. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. 25 to Mike. We got 25 to Mike. Let's go.
To throw again. Carr into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. Breaks through the contact. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D lineman,
and he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. It's their quarterback scoring on the 2-yard keeper as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously the players and coaches, there's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win, and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been in an organization yet that wants to be in a game where they have to rely on other teams to get them to their goals. In this situation, it's very cut and dry. Win, and you're in the playoffs. That's their mission. That's their challenge. And you know they've chosen to accept it.
And what they told us is this has been the most focused week of practice we've had all year. You wouldn't expect any different.
Yeah, and you know, at the beginning of the season, you have multiple goals. They just have one now, win the game.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Ready, set. We got 25 to Mike. Check, 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 check. You're out. Snap.
To throw his Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider 1st.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves him from a 3 and out. Throwing on 1st down is Carr. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this 1st quarter. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Cooper was the intended target. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Pass complete here to Sanders. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there. Second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Hey, I-7.
Looking to throw on second down. Stevens escaping the pressure right. This is complete to Michael Thomas. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Down. 15, Lonnie. 15 line. You.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Let's go. 60-yard. Hey, lock it.
Here's Kamara out of the pistol. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal. After he cleared the line of scrimmage, nice little hole developed.
Yeah, he got great blocking right there at the start, but how about his vision, finding the open spaces and letting his feet carry him to him.
Give him 4 on the carry there at second and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Let's go. Let's lead them.
Second and 5. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready up.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big play there for the Saints. 43 yards.
I don't care what level of football you played. This one was a universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go along and hope someone would come free.
He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Hey, watch the lane. Hey, exit. Hey, 25 to Mike. Get it.
Now Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, and it's 3rd down.
Well, Ray, seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch, either covering with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. Looks like he can win every battle.
Cooper's got it. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook, and a great grab on the other end. Now Carr, and the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr, he sets to fight, and that's caught inside the 35. And finally, he goes out of bounds right at the 35-yard line.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way, just reached up and pulled it in, had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Ready?
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Look at me. Go.
The first down carry by Elliott. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
At the 36-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, zoom. Hey, jet. Ready?
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Going for the deep ball. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Stevens. He gets it to Thomas. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And Thomas has it. And he'll get it down here to the 43. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 25-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on first down. Stevens. That is caught. Traquan Smith. Touchdown Saints. Traquan Smith as the first half is winding down. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. Now Sean Payton going to say, let's go for 2 on this one.
Get it.
Operating from the gun, Stevens. And that is caught for the 2 points. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 40. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we have come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Now Kamara, and an alley to run. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Open man is Michael Thomas. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Ready? 10 2 stop. 51, come on. And give these traps. Let's go.
Off the play fake. Stevens. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
On the ground, Kamara. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along.
No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
18's the Mike. I got one. Mike 18, Mike 18. Ready?
To throw, it's Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Here's Ryan Quigley now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
On 1st and 10, Stevens. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Reuben Foster picks it, and they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. On first down, here's Love. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
That's it, baby.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Score Saints 17, Raiders 7.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, high 7.
From the gun, it's Carr. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. The Raiders on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
We got 25 to Mike. You ain't going nowhere. Now.
From the gun, Carr. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A 14-yard touchdown. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Off play action. Stevens. And Sanders has got it complete. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, New Orleans. Emmanuel Sanders hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Doesn't necessarily need a touchdown. On 2nd down, it's Elliott. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best run.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Cameron Jordan in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
Hey, exit. Get off the field. Let's go.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. The Raiders do snap it. It's Carr. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. No running room for Zeke on 1st down as he'll maybe get a yard out of that. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Yeah. Hey, 25 to Mike. We got Smith on the cut.
On 2nd and 9, Carr. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Intended that time for Cooper. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Stevens. Got a man, he finds Sanders. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 25 yards that time. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 30. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Watch the pass. 58. Right.
Now Carr. It's complete downfield out left to his running back. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Bryce Love, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run. He's got a man, complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 45 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm. It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Let's go, baby. At 25 the mic. Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6. At 25 the mic. We're going 25 the mic. You can't block me. Let's go.
Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
He's back to throw. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
On the double. Mike spoke. Hey! Hey! Wahoo! 44's the mic. 44's the mic. Hey, get it.
They'll look to throw. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Back to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
Hey, Foxtrot. Mike spoke. Oh, you got deep?
Carr to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
6-6, pull it high. Hey, Alpha. 25.
To throw is Carr. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. A hat tip to P.J. Williams there defensively, making sure that one didn't find its target. So they'll try to move the ball closer here on 3rd down. A field goal from this spot would be just inside of 60 yards, 59 to be exact. Back to throw, Carr. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted.